Hey guys, today I'm checking out the new American cut reeds from Legere. They've sent me over a few. I'm a Legere artist, so they've sent me over a few to test out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to bung them on my saxophone and see how they compare to the studio cut that I've been using for the last couple of years. Hey, if you enjoy videos where I'm testing gear, then don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you will find out about future videos I'm making too. Right, let's get going with this. G'day, Nigel here from Sax School. Hey, thanks for joining me for another one of these videos. Now, I have to say, I've been a Legere fan for the last few years, 3 or 4 years. I've been playing them exclusively on all of my saxophones. And before that, though, I'd never been a synthetic reed fan because I had tried all of them as a pro player and I never found that they matched up to my expectations. They were either too bright or they weren't durable enough. The sound was too edgy. But when I found the Legere signatures, it changed for me, and I suddenly thought, you know, this is a reed that actually sounds great and is really usable, and that's why I love to use them, because I used to waste loads of time in the practice room adjusting reeds, and also at gigs, because I was playing a lot, touring a lot, I was always going through reeds, and you've got that endless struggle of trying to find a reed that is right, whereas with the Legere signatures, they're always ready to go. So let's check out these American cuts, because Legere tell me these are like the next generation. Now I like this, the reed comes in its own little case. That's actually pretty cool, because previously, I'll show you, look at this. I've got a whole case of Legere reeds here. That's the only way that I've found that stores them, or using a normal reed store, or I've got like bags of reeds in different sizes. And, you know, a case would be pretty handy. Well, these ones come in a case. Look at that. How cool is that? You can bung that in your pocket, stick it in your saxophone case. Okay, so let's look at how the profile of this compares with the signature that I've been playing. Okay, so here's the American cut alongside the Legere signature. You can see it's got this little dippy part in the middle of the reed there. So they're obviously using a different profile for the way that they're cutting the reeds. It'll be really interesting to see how that affects the sound. In terms of size, basically the same. If anything, the signature is actually just slightly longer at the tip here than the American cut. Okay, some playing tests then. I'm going to play my signature first so you can hear what that sounds like. Okay, let's try the new American cut. Now both of these are size 2.5, and I'm using a Theo 1A Durga size 8 mouthpiece on my Dave Guadala sax. First reactions are actually, there seems to be a lot more body to the sound. I don't know if you can hear it from where you are, but in the room here, definitely it sounds like it's got more body to it, and the response is very even. I think the lower notes sound clearer on this reed than on my signature. It's always hard to tell because there is a slight variation in these. Now, one of the great things about synthetic reeds is that they are more consistent. But I have to say, after playing these for a few years, there is a slight variation between these. And I find I've got my favorites. Now, all of them play. That's good compared to cane reeds, but they are slightly different from one to the next. But in terms of the signature versus the American cut, yeah, for me, it's just the American cut seems to have a bit more body to it. Okay, let's see what it sounds like on my slant sig. So really interesting. The response on the American cut on my slant sig, my Theo 1A slant sig size 8, is really even over my whole range, right up into the altissimo and right down to the low notes. Now overall the Legeres perform really well anyway, but yeah, that just seems to have a fullness to the sound and a real evenness to the way it responds. I'd definitely say these are worth a try. I'm enjoying these and I'm going to be testing this out a lot more on this sax and also on my alto, I think. Now I have to say, I don't get paid to say that I like Legeres, right? I play Legeres because I genuinely like them. And I'm quite proud to be one of their artists actually, because I do genuinely think that they are great reeds. Legere send me reeds for free, but I choose to play them, and I could choose not to play them. I get sent lots of different reeds from lots of different companies. But the reason that I play Legere reeds and I love them is, for me personally, I think they're so reliable and consistent and they sound great. Now that's also why I recommend them to my students. We've got thousands and thousands of students in Sax School and loads of them play Legere reeds for exactly the same reason, because they are just a no-brainer. They're easy to use. Yes, they're more expensive initially, but they last a lot longer, so they're better value for money and they're more consistent. So once you find the right size, it means you can save a whole bunch of time in your practice by not filtering around with different reeds, trying to filter out the ones that actually work, trying to adjust them to make them play properly, and then struggle with them being different the next day when you go back to play them. With the Legere reeds, they're always consistent. You know you're going to get a great sound every time you pick up the sax. And for me, that means I can get busy spending more time making great music and practicing and getting better than fiddling with reeds. So if you want to check out synthetic reeds, I'd definitely suggest these Legere American cuts. I love the signatures, but the American cuts, definitely the new kid on the block and definitely worth a check out. I hope you found that useful. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know if you've tried the Legere reeds. Hey, and also if you want to move your skills forward on saxophone, go see what we're doing in Sax School. We've got thousands and thousands of students that use our courses and lessons every single day. And not only are they getting a lot of benefit and knowledge from the courses, but they're also getting loads of support from our team of tutors and our worldwide community of students that, as a member, you can tap into and get support and encouragement from, which is just mental, particularly at the moment when we're not getting a chance to go out and mix with other musicians. So you can check it out. It's a 14-day trial happening right now, and that's at mcgillmusic.com. Okay, keep practicing hard. I'll catch you next time.